Today, I had the pleasure of speaking with Christopher Berlet, and of course, Stakeholder Gold just started listing on the OTCQX. Tell us why you decided to list there.
Access to U.S. investors, bit broader audience for our shareholders.
And of course, there's a lot of news flow for Stakeholder Gold for everybody following Stakeholder Gold. Let's start by the drilling results with Loki. What happened there?
Critical minerals. So a great surprise, ultramafic intrusive. So we see in that hole copper, and in association with the copper, cobalt and nickel. A very important geological kind of piece of information for us. And then also separately in the hole, platinum and palladium. So this ultramafic intrusive structure, which is the Loki structure, which goes from east to west about 35 kilometers across, all of it contained within our claims as we added an additional ground to the east, and 2 kilometers wide, basically hosts potential for enhanced economic deposits that contain critical minerals. The significance is critical minerals: copper, nickel, cobalt, and platinum and palladium. So that's the significance of the first drill hole in Loki. And the Loki structure is transected by the Northern Access Road, which is being built directly through stakeholder claims. So it'll be extremely well positioned for capturing the economic benefits of this critical minerals inventory that we're starting to uncover there.
I want to go back to the critical minerals, but there's a couple of other items I want to hit on first, starting about your cash and your warrants because of the way, of course, your stock has moved in the last year. Can you talk to us a little bit about the warrants and the cash position for Stakeholder Gold?
So yeah, we're well cashed up in terms of we finished our program. We're waiting for all these results. They're coming imminently within more results on the gold, more results on the Loki. The result we've put out here on proving that Loki's got critical mineral inventory. The warrants, there's a bit of a cap in the stock at $1.80 because there's a warrants that we have outstanding, $1.20, $1.50 warrants that have a trigger on them, and so there's a forced exercise, and we're doing that. People are exercising their warrants, and they'll have an X period of time to be able to do so, and that's kind of keeping a bit of a lid on the stock for the time being. But also, obviously, we don't have a requirement for the further issuance. We're having that money come in from warrant exercise, and we have our quarries in Brazil, which are generating profits quite nicely.
For those of you that are new to Stakeholder Gold, you're going to Stakeholder Gold. And of course, one of the most compelling reasons for looking at Stakeholder Gold is your location. I heard you in Investor Talk this morning. You were talking about how well you are set up with architecture. Can you hit on some of those highlights, please?
So the Loki is on the south part of the property, 8 kilometers south of the gold zone. There's 4 gold targets that we have results pending for. 9 holes we put in. The Sky Zone North, Sky Zone South, that structure, Sky Zone North, is 1.9 kilometers long, strike length, the gold and soils anomaly. And so, and the south one is 1.3 kilometers open to the southwest. So, anything above a gram, given what we know about the structure, it's gonna have a potential for a significant gold inventory. This is both the gold and the Loki on the south, the critical minerals. They're separated by about 8 kilometers. Both of them are on the road. Comes directly down through the middle of the stakeholder claims. A significant new construction, the Northern Access Road being built by Tullamore, and it comes for 20 kilometers to the center of stakeholders' claims, and so that positions. I mean, it'll take the cost of drilling, probably cut it in a third for next year when we can use the road, and it'll do all the same thing when it's time to build the mines. So we're finding critical minerals, and we found that in the Loki. Copper, nickel, cobalt, and platinum and palladium, very large structure. And then 8 kilometers north, we have 4 gold targets they're waiting for assays from our drilling. We drilled 9 holes into it, and those assays should be pending within the next week or 2 weeks. And we've been looking at, given what we know about structures, anything above a gram, and we're looking at the potential for a new significant gold inventory discovery in the middle of the White Gold District, right on the road. Yeah, that's our objective.
Well, Stakeholder Gold shareholders must be absolutely delighted by the expansive critical minerals hit list. As exciting as PGMs and zinc and cobalt are, copper's got to be the most hottest critical mineral we have in the market presently. Can you talk to any of the drill results with the copper?
Copper at above zero point 0.3. So what it'll be, yes, which we found. So the Loki structure is 35 kilometers long. It's an ultramafic intrusive. We saw copper mineralization in disseminated form throughout the full intersection, 488 meters. Some of it semi-massive and up to 0.3%. And we see cobalt and nickel association with the copper. And separately, we see platinum and palladium at a separate, separated by about 30 to 40 meters in the hole. So that ultramafic intrusive carries. It carries those metals, and so the challenge now will be to find where the accumulations are denser, and there are tools that we'll use to do that. And there could be certainly more than one structure that would contain economic quantities of those metals. And Casino deposit south of us has 8 billion pounds contained copper, so there's potential for very large metal inventory and again, we've proven now copper that comes with nickel and cobalt association in the Loki intrusive, and then separately platinum palladium in the same structure. So there'll be a lot of follow-up work. It's directly on the road route, and our cost of drilling will be significantly reduced as we work on that next year.
An additional compelling element about Stakeholder Gold, of course, are your quarries in Brazil. And our audience during Investor Talk this morning were very excited about the new quarry that you recently picked up. Can you provide our listeners with an update?
So it's a great profitable business, the stone quarry business in Brazil. And we now have 4 operating quarries, the 5th kind of coming on. All of the development of the quarries after the first one were paid for by the first one. Very high margins. And right now, our White and Taj Mahal, our latest, are just starting. And so we're expecting really to reap the benefits of this meaningfully from end of September, October. Taj Mahal, a material very much in demand. Our buyers, so much so that they advanced us money for our equipment once they knew that we had this Taj Mahal quarry. So that, and then the whites, there's just not enough whites. Good, solid, white, pure quartzite materials that people use in their kitchens, their bathrooms. They use it for decorating tabletops, offices, and there's just not enough whites. We have a very nice white quarry. It took us a while to get into it. Below the staining, below the oxidation levels. It's a very large billion-ton inventory, given that it's a batholith structure. And with the quarries, we have real revenue and profitability for the company.
Okay, for those of you out there, I'm sure you heard location, gold, critical minerals, and quarries that are producing revenue out of Brazil. For more information, please go to the following website. Chris, thank you so much for joining us from Stakeholder Gold today.
Thank you, Tracy. Great pleasure.